Hey YouTube, in this episode I want to show you how I mounted a poor man's GPS to my bait. Now I have a Garmin in there, it's a combination GPS and sounder, it's quite a good one, and I also have a Peruno sounder as well, but I like the Navionics system. Garmin's good, but Navionics in my opinion is better, lets me do a lot more things for planning a trip. So I wanted a Navionics GPS in there, and rather than just replace the whole GPS at enormous cost, I thought I'd do it on the cheap, and it's worked out very well, so I'm doing this video to show you how I did it. Now, the first thing I needed was a good tablet computer, and they're pretty expensive if you buy them here, but you can get a very good quality, cheap system from China, and that's what I did. I bought a brand called CHUWI. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, I picked it on a number of factors. It's got a dual processor system, high-speed processors, plenty of computing power in there for what I need. The other big factor in picking this computer was that I needed a computer that had a mobile phone system in it. This had a very good quality mobile phone chip in it and a 4G connection, which allowed me to use it out in the bay to do things like check the weather. Now, the other thing I needed was some way of mounting it in the boat, and I eventually settled on an oversized suction cup, which is similar to what I see people using to mount their mobile phones in their car to use them as a GPS. Only this is tablet size. I'll put a link in the video description for one of them as well. Now, because the tablet's heavy and the mount isn't intended to absorb shocks, and of course when the boat's going through a bit of rough water it bounces a bit, I needed some way of supporting it as well. A little bit of ingenuity and a humble pool noodle served that purpose. I'll show you how I managed that a little bit later in the video. We'll start by having a look at how the tablet mount works, and I can see there's a lever at the back that allows me to adjust it for different sized tablets, and that seems to lock it in place quite firmly. Now, I've never used a mount before, either for a tablet or for a phone, so I've got to explore this a little bit and just decide how it works. And that includes right to the extent of deciding which way the claws that hold the tablet should face, whether the wide end should be at the top or the bottom. And as far as I can tell, it's not going to make any functional difference. It's just going to be a matter of where the levers and screws to tighten it all up are most conveniently located. And in that respect, I think the lever to tighten the claws onto the tablet would be better at the top. The wood on the table is not smooth enough for the suction cup to work very well, so I'm going to have to hold it there myself. Now, this is a tablet that I'm going to mount on it, so I'll just take that and have a look and see how it's going to fit. These pads that actually hold the tablet have got some rubber on them, so obviously it's meant to sit out towards the front of the claw itself. And the claws are adjustable, you can push them back to make it narrower. They're not quite narrow enough for this tablet, but that's easy to fix with a little bit of foam behind the tablet, if necessary. Well, the mount itself seems to be infinitely adjustable. I don't think there's any angle that it can't reach, provided I can find somewhere to mount it in the boat. I am considering mounting the suction cup flat on the dashboard, but I think that putting it up on the windscreen might be a better option. I'll get it out to the boat and have a look and work it out from there. I've had my first trip out with the tablet and it worked beautifully for what I intended. It allowed me to have the GPS map up on a big screen unit while I had the Garmin unit set over to sounder mode, so I could still travel around keeping an eye on the bottom contours on the GPS map and look for fish in the sounder. However, what I did find is that the unit was a little bit too heavy for the mount when I was going through some rough water and the boat was bouncing a little bit. It was sort of jiggling a bit. Now, I solved the problem on the day by putting a book underneath it, and that worked well. But for a permanent solution, I'm going to get this pool noodle and I'm going to cut a slot in it and cut a few cutouts out of it so that it sits nicely in the top of it, and that will cushion it. That's the piece I want to make this from. and I need to cut a flat on the bottom of it to sit on the top of the dashboard. Now I need to cut a slot out of the top of it so that the tablet will fit down into it and it will hold it securely from sliding side to side or from sort of bouncing front to back, because the claws on the holder that I'm using are a little bit on the large side for the thickness of the tablet that I have. To finish it off, I'll have to take it down to the boat because I need to make some cutouts across this where the claws are going to fit through for the arms that hold the tablet. I'll finish that off down on the boat and it should do the job quite nicely. Now I titled this video "A Poor Man's GPS," but that's a bit misleading because while it is cheap, it doesn't lack very much in GPS functionality. There's a few things that come on a standard marine GPS that this doesn't have. It doesn't have the man overboard function, for instance, but you can mark a position if you want to. It also doesn't come with a sounder, which a lot of the GPSs now have a split screen for a sounder. But as far as the everyday functionality of GPS that I use each time I go out fishing, it has everything. I find the biggest difference between this system and a regular marine GPS is its robustness. A tablet isn't as robust as a marine GPS mounting, and therefore it needs a little bit more PLC. As long as you look after it well, and I take it out of the boat each time I come home, got to recharge it anyway, it should last for quite a long time. Let's face it, with the speed at which computers are improving, I'll probably want to buy a better tablet before this one wears out. Well, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it's given you some ideas of what you might be able to do to mount a similar system in your boat. I'm going to do another video on how I use the Navionics system to plan my trips. It's very good for that, and the Garmin system lacks the ability to take it out of the boat and sit down in the lounge room and plan my next fishing trip while I'm watching TV, which is one of the biggest things I like about the Navionics system. I'll do a video on how I manage all that at a later date. Until then, good fishing. Hey YouTube, in this episode I want to show you how I mounted a poor man's GPS to my boat. Now I have a Garmin in there, it's a combination GPS and sounder, it's quite a good one, and also have a Furuno sounder as well, but I like the Navionics system. Garmin's good, but Navionics in my opinion is better, lets me do a lot more things for planning a trip. So I wanted a Navionics GPS in there, and rather than just replace the whole GPS at enormous cost, I thought I'd do it on the cheap, and it's worked out very well, so I'm doing this video to show you how I did it.